In this video we're going to take a look at Anakin Skywalker for the Clone Wars animated line. Now I'm pretty sure this is figure number 1 for the 2008 line back in the day. And I did get this at the time. I've had this since Christmas of 2008. I got this the same time as the ATT that I have reviewed on the channel. I'm trying to think. This is definitely one of the first few Clone Wars action figures I got at the time. I reviewed Rex previously, which was the first one, so this is probably one of the first 5 or so that I got. It's a really nice action figure. It's, I mean, as far as Anakins go, it's not the most exciting one in the world, but for an animated Clone Wars Anakin, I think it's pretty good. Is it the best one? That's debatable. There are some really good ones out there. I do have some of the other ones that I'll touch on in a future video. And we'll compare them, see how they look. I would argue maybe the Season 3 Anakin could be the best one. I think a lot of people really like that one. But this one's solid as well. And it's pretty easy to get hold of for the most part. I don't think the aftermarket prices are too outrageous on eBay. So if you're looking for a relatively affordable Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars series in your collection, this is a great contender. So I don't have the package to show you, so we'll go ahead and just dive into the figure. So I think they captured the likeness to the animated Anakin pretty good. And this figure has seen a lot of releases over the span of the Clone Wars line. And this version you're looking at here is the single card release. I know it's been released in various packs, and they got repacks and future lines for the Clone Wars, and it's just seen a lot of circulation over the span of 2008 to about 2013. So his robes look pretty good. He does have the plastic skirt here, just cut in the middle here to allow for flexibility. Armor looks pretty good. Has a little bit of weathering on it. Has the symbols there. Pretty sure that's a Jedi symbol. Just the one shoulder armor there. In terms of articulation here, he does technically have a ball joint at the head, but you can only really get side-to-side motion out of it. He doesn't really look up and down too much just because of the way it's cut. Now he does have hinged shoulders, hinged elbows, swivel forearms, then swivel waist, then swivel hips, and no articulation in the knees or ankles. Kind of wish he had some knee articulation, but it's not too big of a deal. And he does kind of an awkward stance where he leans forward a little bit, as you can see. Can't really help that. So you might need to stand for him. In terms of weapons and accessories, he has his signature lightsaber, which is, it's not really an animated lightsaber, it's just the same exact one that we've gotten with so many Anakins over the years. Nice blue blade. And like many of the other first rounds of the Clone Wars action figures, he does have some gimmicks about him. This one's not really a gimmick though, it's basically a grappling hook. If you have the right resources on hand, you can make it look like he's sliding down a rail or something like that. And you can wrap it around. So you can see I've never even taken the tape off of it. so I haven't used it at all for the 15 years I've had them. But you might be able to find a use for it. I might take that tape off eventually and use it for something. Diorama or something like that. And he also has this arm band with a missile launcher on it. Can't take it apart. The swivel around and has this projectile here. See how much of a kick it has. Not really a kick at all, as you can see. But what you're supposed to do is just put it around his forearm there. Looks really gimmicky, I know. I've never used it before. I'm trying to think. I think most of the versions of this Anakin was released with this. Not something I'm really going to use. I guess it gives a little more value for your money. I think this is a really good accessory here. And I'm glad it was packed with it. Some nice detailing in his boots there. But other than that, it's pretty much all I can tell you about this Anakin. There's just not a whole lot to it, really. It's Anakin Skywalker, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it. Would I recommend him for your collection? I would. I want to say he's one that you should actively hunt down and go out of your way and break the bank to get. Do some research before you purchase a Clone Wars Anakin if you don't have one already. Check out like this is the movie in season 1 and season 2, and there's also a season 3 version which I have, shown in a future video, and there's also I think it's kind of based on season 4, season 5. It was released in 2012, just before that line ended. And it was also repacked into 2013 in that one wave of Clone Wars action figures that didn't make its way to the US. But it's a pretty solid Anakin. Not the most exciting one in the world, but it's certainly not a horrible action figure. And just before we wrap this up, I'll do a comparison here with this Padawan, Ahsoka, and they look really good together. And we'll just go ahead and bring out his trusted clone here, Captain Rex. And they all look really good side by side. Happy to have all three. So anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more reviews in the future. There will be lots more to come. And if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate your support. And check out some of the links in the description if you have not done so already. Thanks for watching.